around the 70.
70.
That's what I was expecting, because what's happening is the dark blue that we were seeing there is weakening. So if this, oh boy, that is the best news I've seen. Look at that. Most of the dark blue has gone away. So the likelihood of these little patches of blue hitting the ground, or those 80-mile-per-hour winds, it looks like mainly 60 to 70-mile-per-hour winds as this moves into western Kentucky. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that it is outracing the storm itself. This surge of wind is rapidly racing off to the east. We're going to pan ourselves down this gust front. And again, we're seeing some gusty winds near Arlington, but the southern edge of this gust front is much weaker, moving into Fulton County and Hickman counties. Probably seeing some 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds in northern Hickman County, probably 40 to 50 in Fulton County, 50 to 60 around the Arlington area in Carlisle County, and then we're seeing 60 to 70 widespread near the Cairo area over towards southern Pulaski County, and it continues to head off in towards the Massac County here in southern Illinois and McCracken County in Kentucky. So that's where the strong winds are headed right now. Let's get you caught up to date on everything, because there's probably a lot of folks watching, probably wondering, why are we on the air so long without a tornado warning? Well, it's because radar was showing 80 to 90-mile-per-hour winds, and that's basically a tornado. And it's basically a wide tornado because of how wide the radar was showing those strong winds. Those winds have weakened significantly. I want to pan up real quick and take a look at the Jackson County and Perry County, Illinois storm real quick, because we're probably going to be tossing things back to the regular programming here in about 5 minutes. I'm waiting to get one more velocity scan to make sure that those winds do appear to be dying down that are headed towards Paducah. And again, if they ramp back up, we'll jump back on the air to keep you informed. So we've got the possibilities of small hail, Pinckneyville over towards Des Moines, up towards the Tamaroa area. As we take a look at the winds inside this storm, you can see there's a bright spot, and unfortunately it's coming off the Paducah. Let me see if I can pan it off and we can get it from, there we go. That is from the St. Louis radar. It's way up in the air, so I don't know if these winds are reaching the ground. And this is, you see we got the green and the red together. This is a downburst signature. That's a downburst signature. It looks clockwise. It looks clockwise. That is a downburst that we're seeing there in southeastern Perry County in Illinois. So Des Moines, you may see some power outages. You may see some 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds with this. It's nowhere near as strong as what we're seeing to the south. Radar showing winds about 70 miles per hour, but where it's hitting the storm, it's way up high in the atmosphere. So the likelihood of 70 to 75-mile-per-hour winds hitting the ground is unlikely, but we could see 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, especially near Des Moines, under that downburst signature that we're seeing right there. So again, we're seeing some very intense storms tonight. Let's go back down towards Pulaski County just to see how strong the winds are, to see if the winds are weakening just a bit. Moving through the mounds area, you can see the reflectivity is really weakening. We've lost a lot of the purples, and especially south near East Prairie down in Madrid, this is weakening rapidly thanks to the gust front well out ahead of it. Let's take a look at the winds. Look at that, the dark blue is gone. We've got some lakes showing up there. We've got winds up to maybe 60 mile per hour now. So hopefully the worst of it is over. So with the new velocity data showing about 60 mile per hour wind gusts, that the 80 to 90 mile per hour winds seem to be over. I'll continue to watch this area right here in case we get a quick kink, but right now it's very, very broad and it's very, very weak. But we'll keep our eyes on it for you. So that's going to be for the folks in Massac County if that spins up. Right now it doesn't appear to be doing that, so we'll continue to watch that for you. But for now, we're going to toss things back to our regular scheduled program.
County Giggle Guard, where you can sit down.
Of Alabama, in that southwest portion of Alabama, that's just kind of north of Mobile and Baldwin County, and kind of in the Dallas, Marengo, Wilcox area of the Black Belt. And so when you don't have that density of radar reflectivity, you're getting information from above a mile above the ground. And so if you have a very, very large, well-developed storm that's rotating, you might have some of that specificity. but that's not the majority of our storms in Alabama. And so going into this conversation,